Each one a door, Alara said. Her eyes were alight with something more than just greed now. Obsession, maybe. Destiny. Dax looked at her. We're going after them, aren't we? We're not scavengers anymore, she replied. We're explorers, pioneers. This is bigger than any of us. Ro tilted its head. The journey will change you. Alara smiled grimly. It already has. The Valkyrie turned in space, engines igniting. Before them, the stars seemed to shift, aligning, and then they jumped. The next system was not marked on any chart. The moment they arrived, the Valkyrie's hull groaned under pressure from gravitational distortions. Outside, a nebula spiraled inwards, feeding a black sun. This place is wrong, Kale said. Inari nodded. Time flows backward here. Sensors are scrambled. We're lucky we held cohesion. Alara adjusted the helm. There's a signal. Another relic. We get in, we get out, fast. They descended into the storm. The planet they found was half submerged in clouds of metallic hydrogen. Structures floated like icebergs, tethered by magnetic forces. They landed on one, gears grinding beneath their feet. The place was alive. A Cloud Rula, Ro extended a hand. The machines here are dreaming, Dax blinked. That doesn't make sense. Neither does any of this, Inari muttered. The second relic was buried inside a cathedral of chrome and glass. When they approached, it activated instantly, projecting visions into their minds. Wars fought across time, civilizations rising and falling, a species that once united the stars before vanishing into light. The first ones, Inari breathed. They left these behind, not just as technology, but as keys. Keys to what? Kale asked. To becoming more. The moment they touched the second relic, their minds connected. They felt each other's thoughts, memories, fears. Ilara stood at the center, holding their unity together by force of will. No more running, she said. We finished what they started. One by one, they unlocked the doors. Each relic brought knowledge and change. Kale saw further than any human should, sniping targets before they moved. Dax fused with ship systems, becoming more algorithm than man. Inari no longer needed tools. She could feel the data. Ro remained their anchor. But Alara, she changed the most. With each relic, her mind expanded. She began seeing echoes of futures, fragments of what might be. Until the last relic called. It was in a void beyond space, a place where thought shaped reality. No ship could travel there. Only consciousness, Inari said. Only will. They formed the tether, minds joined. The Valkyrie became their vessel of thought, and they entered. In the center of the void, the final relic waited. It was not an object, it was a being. You seek to ascend, it said. Ilara stepped forward. We seek to understand. Understanding is the first stage, acceptance is the second, surrender is the last. We don't surrender, the being smiled. Then you are ready.
Ro. Alara turned. The synth's voice, rarely used, crackled like static. This place is not dead. They descended into the depths, torches cutting through layers of dust and time. Glyphs lined the walls, glowing faintly at their presence. This isn't Erathani, Inari murmured, running her fingers over the markings. It's older, precursor tech, maybe even first wave. That possible? Kyle asked. No, which makes it worse. At the base of the temple, they found the chamber, circular, lined with mirrors that shimmered with an unnatural light. At the center floated the relic. It pulsed with energy, colors shifting across its surface like oil on water. That's it, Dax breathed. That's gotta be it. Inari stepped forward, scanning. Her eyes widened. This isn't just a power source. It's a data core, a living archive. AI so advanced it borders on consciousness. Is it active? Alara asked. Inari nodded. It knows we're here. The chamber shook. Dust fell from above. Kyle raised his rifle. We got movement. Defensive systems? Dax asked. Ro stepped forward, its eyes glowing blue. No, guardians. From the shadows they emerged. Not machines, not entirely organic, something in between. Their forms shimmered, distorting reality around them. The first lunged. Kyle fired. The shot passed through. They're phased, he shouted. Elara threw a phase charge, the explosion ripping the Guardian into coherence long enough for Ro to dismember it with its arm blade. More came. "We need the relic and a way out," she shouted. Inari rushed forward, interfacing with the relic. Her fingers danced across holographic inputs only she could see. "It's opening a gate," she cried. "But it's not local. It's off-world, deep space." Elara didn't hesitate. "Do it! Everyone on her!" The light swallowed them. They emerged in orbit around a dead star. The relic floated beside them, still glowing. The Valkyrie's emergency beacon pinged nearby, autopiloted to their location. "We made it," Dax said, half laughing. Inari was pale. "We didn't just take a shortcut. We jumped systems, maybe even time. This tech, it's beyond anything we've ever seen." Elara stared at the relic. "And now it knows us." The relic shimmered. A voice echoed in all their minds. "You have opened the first door. There are others." Ro stepped forward. "This is a test." Kyle looked around, unsettled. "For what?" Ro's eyes flickered. "Worthiness." The Valkyrie docked, pulling them in. As the crew staggered aboard, systems flickered to the stars drifted silently above the shattered world of Erithas, their distant light flickering through the dust of broken satellites. In the dead vacuum, a single ship hovered, its hull dark and battered, running silent. The Valkyrie, a Class 9 scavenger, was not designed for grace or beauty, but it was fast, quiet, and equipped with enough stealth tech to fool most orbital scanners. It had survived 3 wars and a dozen border skirmishes. Its crew, however, had survived far worse. Inside the cockpit, Captain Elara Voss stared at the cracked display, her reflection shimmering in the green hue. A long scar ran down the left side of her face, a souvenir from the Battle of Red Verge. Her eyes, hardened steel gray, flicked over data points as she silently counted the patrol cycles of the Erathani defense grid. "We've got about 6 minutes before the next sweep," came the voice behind her. Vren Dax, former Black Ops tech specialist and current thorn in her side, leaned against the bulkhead, chewing on a dried stim root. "Plenty of time to dip in, grab the package, and get out?" "Plenty of time to die," Elara muttered. She punched a few commands into the console, bringing up a topographical scan of the surface below. The ruins of an ancient city sprawled across the landscape, half buried in ash and glassed soil. At its center, a signal pulsing like a heartbeat. "You really think the relic is down there?" Dax asked, stepping closer. His breath smelled faintly of synth whiskey. "We didn't come across 3 sectors for the view. I still say it's a trap. Probably. But it's a trap with a payout big enough to retire 10 times over. That kind of bait's not just for show." She stood, grabbing her sidearm and a canister of phase charges. "Prep the drop shuttle. We go in hot." Minutes later, the drop shuttle peeled away from the Valkyrie, its descent masked by the electromagnetic interference of Erithas's atmosphere. Plasma trails painted the sky as it tore through the upper clouds, heading straight for the coordinates. They landed hard, kicking up a storm of soot and debris. The city around them was a mausoleum of the past. Towering spires, long since melted by orbital strikes, leaned like broken teeth against the skyline. Elara, Dax, and the rest of the team, Kale the sniper, Inari the xenoarchaeologist, and Ro, their mute synth, moved swiftly through the rubble. "Signals getting stronger," Inari whispered. She held a small device that beeped rhythmically, each pulse echoing like a countdown. "Anything on bioscans?" Elara asked. Kale shook his head. "Dead. No heat signatures, no movement. Either we're alone or they're colder than vacuum." They reached what